Was ist unser Leben wert, wenn allein regiert das Schwert und die ganze Welt zerfällt in toten Sand? Aber das wird nicht geschehen, denn wir wollen nicht untergehen, und so rufen wir durch unser deutsches Land. Oh, Ami, Ami, oh, oh, spalte für den Frieden deiner Thron. Sagt und bei dem Vater rein, rühr nicht an sein Töchterlein, Lorelei, solang du singst, wird Deutschland sein.
All right, let's go ahead and cut that a little bit soon, but that's a good intro. I like using that song. So we just got through watching the end of this little barely half hour of a live stream. I mean, apparently infrared is going to, well, hold on, but let's just go ahead and cut to the chase here. I'm just going to go ahead and get my thoughts out. And I'm not trying to take, so apologies to the other Carl. I'm not trying to douse your stream here. But it appears that infrared, as, being as trad as he is and whatnot, being as, as tough and as whatever as he is that because there is a swastika on stream, I don't think he even, like I said, I don't think even CT did it on purpose. I know people are going to be, I'm sure people are going to say that, but it's like, this is some ridiculousness, It was going to go down the same path where it's like, Cultured Thug was going to go down the whole, oh, well, this is what Nazi Germany did and, and this sort of battle. But because he had a swastika on the book, Hitler and Big Business, I think by, I actually have that book. But because he was going to show that book, yeah, CT didn't know. I don't think he knew. Yeah. But yeah. But we see that CT, I think, got worn, or excuse me, has got worn down because of the other time, the other times he's been taken down off Twitch, so, and there were, like I say, I will give it to Infrared for this, is that he did get taken down wrongly because there were people who were posting swastikas and stuff like that. And that was some very dishonest stuff by those bread tubers. Absolutely. It was absolutely, yeah. German Big Business and the Rise of Hitler. That's the name of the book. What I was going to say, though, is, I think that the path going between, or the line of thought between Infrared and Cultured Thug, I think is kind of, I'll put it this way. I think that Infrared did have some good points, but I think that there's a lot of cope on these sides. I feel like this is kind of a meh sort of point. I don't know. I think that there are plenty of things you can criticize National Socialist Germany about. But I think that it's getting very what am I even saying at this point? I'm sorry. I lost my place. But basically, it's just kind of silly. I think these debates. I understand Cultured Thug wants to be legitimate in somebody's eyes, but I think in general, I think that this is kind of weak sauce. If you were looking for books to talk about Nazi capitalism, you would go to German Business. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that he can go ahead and say that fascism is unrealistic. And I think that Infrared isn't wrong. What I would say, though, is this is just arguing about history at this point. It's like, okay, the thing is, we need to stop, I think to a point, we need to stop doing all this sort of debate bro stuff. I think the debate bro stuff gets boring. And I think that this is the same type of thing that I think this is pretty much going to go over the same type of stuff. I imagine maybe a little bit better, slightly better research maybe than Zoltanus versus Haas. I feel like it's just kind of boring, in my opinion. I feel like people have to go out and do some real world stuff, in my opinion anyway. I mean, people can talk about Marxist-Leninism all day, but at the end of the day, look, Marxist-Leninism, fascism, and arguably National Socialism. I think that they're all irrelevant. Yeah. Infrared vegan debates is a snoozer. Yeah. We need to realize that, YouTube is just being new TV, and these debates are basically just MMA championships. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I say, people just need to leave that alone. I've debated, like I say, for me, I debated Kevin Castley twice. It's just kind of boring. I think the time, like I say, debates are going to continue. They're going to continue online because it's something that brings people in. It's just like this versus that. People want to see, it's like, they want to see if, your arguments are good, this and that. I think at the end of the day, people can talk a lot of shit. That's my opinion anyway. People can talk a lot of shit and can make their points and whatnot, but what does that mean in real life? It's like, I think that people have limited themselves, and people will say, oh, what about the feds in the streets and all this? It's like, yeah, that's true, but it's like you'd be doing positive stuff out there in the world. And I think in general, it's not really mentioned as much, but I do think these are important aspects that need to be put into perspective, in my opinion. To be able to, plant trees. I think good debates will only be on modern day issues, on national issues. Yeah, exactly. I agree. You could talk endlessly about the Second World War. You could talk endlessly about the Cold War, about Stalin. But what are you doing today? What are you doing? It's like, at least, and maybe this is somewhat cope. Yep, Sneed, exactly. Yeah, Sneed, baby. Yep. What I was going to say is, at least when I debated Kevin Castley, it was about modern day stuff. Trying to debate all this stuff from the old days is just kind of, it's just, I don't know, man. Yeah, Infrared doesn't seem so tough when he runs from, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, the thing is, I said this at the beginning, but I'll say it here as well, is that Infrared is upset because of Twitch. And it's like, why do you go back to a platform that treats you that way? He's been kicked out. It's like, I guess he wants to get that sort of audience. But it's just like, I don't know. To me, why would you want to? It's almost like battered wife syndrome. It's like, yeah, I feel sorry for Haz in general, because, like, look, bro, I get why you're upset about that, because, yeah, those bread tubers did post swastikas and all that, and all those sort of things, because they're because they're crazy motherfuckers. But the thing is, though, Wignats have done the same thing. They've posted, like, BBC porn and all this sort of thing, to spam people with. And that is the ultimate sign of a loser when you do stuff like that. Yeah. Marxist-Leninism, yeah, Tom Selleck Magnum thought, yeah, exactly. I've never thought debates were interesting. I don't know if that's just me. Yeah, like I say, there are some interesting ones out there, but I think in general, I think that they pretty much go down the Spurg route. They really do. They go down the Spurgery sort of route and all this sort of what if type stuff. I think it's just one of those things. I don't know. I think there's a lot of cope where it's just like, everyone just thinks, if you stay with this person or, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm older. I just feel like these debates do not serve any purpose other than bringing more money to YouTube and to Twitch. That's really all it is. Yeah. Devolves into a grift. Yeah, exactly. Talking with people is more interesting, especially if two opposing people can at least find some common ground. Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't know. Like I say, man, at this point, like I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't care who starts it. What matters is who's going to finish it. It's like if someone starts the event, I'm just going to call it that, the event, wink, wink. I don't care. Okay, you got it started. Do you have the strength to finish, though? Do you have the ability to make political deals and get things working? Yeah. Internet blood sports is dead. Yeah, I agree. And by the way, apologies to the other Carl. I'm not doing this on purpose to grift. I genuinely thought this stream was done. Apparently, they're still talking. I don't know. I think that it's easier to talk shit online. It is. And it's easier to get triggered by folks and all this sort of thing. It's easier that way. But when you get older like me, and you don't have much else going on, and like I say, I probably have Alzheimer's or something at this point, early onset. I don't have much time to worry about all that. Yeah. All in all, CT won me things, and it's downhill. Yeah. Like I say, I think that CT's an older guy. He's got kids. He wants to try to do stuff, but at the end of the day, he's not going to go rant and rave. I think he's an older guy like me. He's probably pushing 40 or, maybe he's, yeah. Yep. You as well, Comrade Cthulhu. You as well. I think that's all I have to say, though, really. I'm not trying to do this on purpose, so, yeah. I don't know. Like I say, I'll just take it for what it is. I think I'm just going to go to sleep. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoy that. See you later. Goodbye.